Hello and welcome to O.O, the cooking show. I'm Sean and welcome to my kitchen. Today we're making a beer cheese soup with potatoes and Anaheim peppers. It's a nice creamy little soup, easy to make. Very simple ingredients, we're not going to add much to it. I'm going to start with some butter, going to be about a pound of cheese, grated, about a pint of sour cream, about half of that Foster's lager you saw sitting in the back on the stove there, 4 Anaheim peppers and 4 medium russet potatoes. And let's get to chopping stuff up here. When you're working with peppers and kind of in general in the kitchen with vegetables and that sort of thing, wearing gloves is always a good idea, especially with the peppers. The spiciness and the eyeballs do not agree. And you're going to end up wiping somewhere near your eye, and you just know it's going to happen. Nice to have a sharp knife. I've had this one since about 1980, I think. Got it a long time ago, working in a little restaurant that doesn't exist anymore. So here we go. We got some peppers. Chop them up. I cut these in half first. I took the seeds out of them because we don't need that much spiciness to this. Then when you cut them into strips, it's easy to chop them up. These potatoes have been pre-baked. I put them in the oven at about 350 for half an hour. And that's not long enough to really turn them into a full-on baked potato, but they're nicely pre-cooked, and then I can just throw them into soups, make hash browns out of them. It's always good to cook some of the things ahead because then you can do things on the fly. Okay, now here we are. Got our bowl of potatoes and peppers. We'll start with some butter in the pan. We've got the pan on medium heat. I tend to pretty much always cook on 5 on my stove. There's some of the salsa I was making earlier. Spicy. Alright, here comes the cheese. This is a nice sharp cheddar. Again, it's about a half a pound. I play it by ear. I kind of make food the same way I make music, really. So we're going to take it slow here and let it melt. Doesn't take much. Keep it moving. That little bit of butter that was put in there kind of helps get the cheese primed and going. Plus, you know, more dairy fat, right? We got sour cream, we got cheese. Want to throw a little butter in there with it. Alright, we're going to stir that up, get it all mixed together nicely. This also, right here, once it's mixed up, makes a really good macaroni and cheese, actually. Could have cooked up a little elbow mac or some rotinis. Just pour this right in there. Throw it in the oven, throw some breadcrumbs on it and bake it. Yeah. But we're not going to do that. We're going to make some soup out of it. Alright, now we're going to add some beer to it. Get a nice thick consistency going on. We'll thin it out a little with this. You can always add more. It's still a little thick there. Get close. Alright, we're going to add the vegetables into the cheese base here. I only have 2 basic pans that I cook with. I've got a couple others that are bigger for making bagels and things. But these are the 2 that I usually work with, my tiny saute pan and then this 2-quart. And one of the advantages to having small pans is you don't overcook. Because you just can't. Alright. We're going to let that just sit there and simmer for a bit. We'll put this beer away in the fridge. All right, it broke a little. That happens when you've got something that's got this much fat in it. So just a little bit of cornstarch mixed with water. And just use that to kind of pull it all back together. And I keep forgetting that glasses don't pour all that well. They tend to dribble. So, whoops. All right, so now it's sat for a little bit. It's thickened up nicely. We're going to throw that in a container here. We'll let it sit out and cool before we put it in the fridge so it doesn't dribble all over itself in there. Looking good. This turned out wonderfully, by the way. It's, again, no extra added salt, no other spices added to it, just the ingredients we saw. And I hope you enjoy this recipe, and thanks for stopping by.